Is anybody out there? Let's go. It's Nino Radio. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's go. We back live, baby. We back live. Oh, yeah. It's Nino Radio. Oh, yeah. Broadcasting live and direct from the Permian Basin. It's the one, the only, Nino America. Oh, yeah. Christy, you there? Whoa.
Hey, Nino, I'm here.
What's up, sis? How are you?
I am great. How are you? Happy 2024.
Happy 2024. Go ahead. You're sick, huh?
Yeah, I was.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people were sick, sis.
Yeah, it was going around bad.
I wonder what the hell it was, though. I know you didn't get tested, but you think it was a Rona?
So my niece and my her baby both got tested.
Yeah.
And they both came back positive. So
for the Rona?
99.9%. Yeah, for Rona. So wow. I'm pretty sure that I probably did. But I know for 100% sure that I did have it last January whenever I was so sick. Through blood tests and stuff like that I have done. But this time it was not near as bad as it was the first time around. I had like a stuffed up nose and fever and everything.
Whoa.
It only lasted like 3 days.
Wow. Yeah. I know my wife was, my son was kind of, down bad, and his girlfriend, and everybody got over. Shout out everybody in the chat. Y'all, my bad, I'm going to the chat. Metal Patriot, what's up? OG Jenny, the tunnels. Yes, we actually just dropped a video on the tunnels. It's already uploaded. Once this video's over, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it right here too, though, but we got a full 22-minute action-packed video about the tunnels. Shout out OG Jenny in the chat. We got what's up, Chris is in the chat. Even, glad you're back. Hey, God bless you, Evan. That's the brother right there. Everyone type T for tunnels. Hey, that's crazy. I'm glad you're talking about it. SoCal Patriot. Queen Sheba's on Lexi trolling.
I know.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Just on the Lexi page, it was boring, y'all. Boring. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Politics, it's a whole nother, class of boring in itself, y'all. I'm done with politics. I saw that Lexi was on a live. I'm not gonna lie. We're kind of going back and forth with them because they're calling us, what they call us, sis. Let's be honest. They're calling us something, saying that we're J haters for talking about the underground tunnels, which on Twitter it's actually on fire. There's all kinds of stories coming out now. The Children's Hospital right across the street, they're saying that it was connected there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. Guys, it's not a nothing burger. Lexit, amongst other people, really Lexit, though, said it's a nothing burger. And speaking of that, I wanted to show this from Andrew Tate, even though not knowing how everybody, likes Andrew Tate. But it's funny that he posted this, y'all. He said this, and Christy said, I agree with him. He tweeted a couple hours ago, pay attention to who is talking about the tunnels and who isn't. And Christy agreed. Yeah. I've seen some big pages. I'm looking at one here in particular, someone I respect. They're not talking about it. There's a lot of people that are not talking about it, and some people that are talking about it, and some people are telling us to not talk about it. So the tunnels, I think, need to be investigated. The synagogues need to be investigated. Like Christy said in the video, if it was a stadium with something like this, it will be investigated. Christy, your thoughts about people that are not and are talking about the situation? Go ahead. Amen. And shout out, we got somebody here that says something very interesting. Austin says tunnels all over America. I agree. The main junction is under Denver Airport. Chrissy talked about the Denver International Airport. Guys, I've been knowing about that one for a long time. It has a lot of Masonic symbolism. If you look into it, it has the actual, I'll research this a long time ago, but basically it has the horse. I forgot what they named it. Lucifer, I think, is the name of the horse on the Denver International Airport. Has like glowing eyes. The guy that made that statue, the statue collapsed over on him and he died. I think the day before they opened up the airport, something to that effect. But the whole airport is Masonic. They say that it's underground bunker, a deep underground military base. I don't know how true that is. People get an odd feeling when they walk through there. There's weird kind of NWO murals painted on the walls, and it's very interesting that they built this not even that far from the other Denver airport. They wasn't even necessary or needed. There's a Masonic, little statue there, or it's a place where it is like something to the effect of dedicating it to the Masons. I forgot exactly. It's been a while, but it's a weird place to say the least. At Denver International Airport. Go ahead, sis.
I would love for us to really do a stream one day on the Masons and things like that. My father and my grandfather were both Freemasons. My grandfather was the best man in the whole wide world. Very devout Christian. And I know that, a lot of people look at it because it's considered a secret society and things like that. But I would just like to delve more into it. I would like to delve more into like why it's considered so evil, because I can tell you, of all the things I am 100% sure of in my life, is that my grandfather wasn't evil.
Well, he was a Mason.
But he was a Mason. He asked to be buried in his Masonic ring.
Wow.
And I would just like to know more. I will tell you that growing up, you didn't, they were very hush-lipped about it. But I was talking to my sister about it the other day, and I was like, if so much evil stuff truly came out of the Freemasons and all of that, why have we not heard so much more? And I would like to do a topic on it one day, just because I know how my grandfather was. And some people said, well, maybe he wasn't very high up in the Freemason world or whatever. And that could be true. I don't know enough about it, but would love to do that one day, just because I hear so much about it.
And same thing with Gary Painter. Shout out Ashley Rice. She's in the comments. We're taking phone calls, y'all. 432-217-0709. Call in with your peace of mind. But basically in Midland, our sheriff is named Gary Painter. He was inducted as far as being a Grand Mason. The next day he has a heart attack, and that was reported in the local paper. I was surprised to see that. But in Stanton, a little town down the way, Midland, there's all kinds of Masonic lodges. I mean, it's not a secret, and you come across people that claim they're Masons all the time. They say they're not evil, but then again, we hear stories about the Masons. Again, y'all, we don't know. Maybe one day we'll talk to a Mason, but I know that our sheriff in our town was a Mason, Grand Mason. Next day he has a heart attack. Who knows? Or he dies, basically. I digress. So the biggest story, y'all, right now is the tunnels, and we're going to give a little bit of light to that. Basically, they're pointing out these mattresses, saying that it might be the size of a child. Let me be careful with what we're posting here. And, it's wild, y'all. There's pages that are taking down their content, saying that basically, it's anti-Semitic. They're bowing down to, I don't even know who at this point, but it's pretty sad that people are not talking about this, and they're actually trying to make it to where others are not talking about it. We're talking about it. Now, we're not saying that these people committed any crimes whatsoever. We're just saying that something weird is happening there and probably across the whole nation. Let's be honest, y'all. We're trying to be as factual as possible. We got an awesome video that we just made, 23-minute long video. It'll drop after the live, talking about all this. It's crazy. Go ahead.
That is a crib mattress. That is not a mattress that a grown person uses. This is the first picture I'm seeing of this.
Yeah.
This is not a normal. I mean, could it have been used, just like while they were building things? Maybe. But that's not a normal mattress. But
Christy, you kind of said it when you talked about tunnels. Like, what are the tunnels made for? To hide people going forward and back. Sometimes nefarious reasons. It's just very odd, in my opinion, to have a tunnel. The way these people acted when the police got there, and it's just very odd, in my opinion, y'all. And I gotta be careful with my words here. It's wild.
It's just like I said. Everything that's ever been underground. The Underground Railroad was meant to move people underground, not in broad daylight. Black market is underground so that people don't see what's happening for everything from from everything to trade and do all kinds of things. So, yeah, whatever's in the dark definitely comes to light, though.
Amen. If you want to call in, y'all, it's easy. Just 432-217-0709. We can patch you in. The lines are open right now. And, guys, we're being called anti-Semitic for even talking about this. But,
I, I
someone said
love
in the
when you say that
comments,
word.
where there's smoke, there's fire. And I believe something is odd here. Something's not happening, something's happening strangely, or something strange is happening, should I say. And there's also talk about, it barely broke, that this is connected to the Children's Museum across the street. Now, Christy, talk about the bats. This is very crazy, y'all. This is part of our video we're fixing to drop after this live's over. We're talking about a lot of things here, y'all. But Christy, they say the tunnel was dug, and their reasoning was to connect to a bath. Talk about that real quick, Christy. This is wild, y'all.
So the ritual bath is something that they have believed in their religion for a long time. It did say that they have kind of strayed away from it, but it's began to have a lot more popularity again. But a Jewish ritual bath is called, and y'all excuse me because I don't know how to pronounce this word correctly, mikvah. It's a pool of natural water where believers submerge their bodies while reciting prayers. The water must come from a natural source like a lake, ocean, or rain, and not ever be touched by human hands. So, the first two articles that I found about the tunnels, it said that they were digging their. So, let me tell you just a little bit about what I found out about the
Okay.
tunnel. So, it shows this whole big round opening of like where it's being built. And then you see like little items strewn here and there. But then this man goes down not just like one, two, or three steps. He goes down about 10 to 12 steps. And you see electrical wire hanging where they were trying to tap into the electrical system of the synagogue. You see books, you see a toppled over high chair that's used for babies to feed, whenever you feed them, and things like that. But the first two you see books and boxes and all kinds of different things. But the first two articles I found said that they were digging their way to the women's ritual bath, which is different than just the regular ritual bath that I was talking about. The women's ritual bath is also used from, it cannot be moving water. It has to be water like in a pool or some kind of holding device. And it does have to have either ocean rain or some kind of water in it. But it's used for the women to clean themselves after their monthly menstruation or after childbirth before they can become active with a partner again. So, two of the articles I found said that it was to dig their way to the women's ritual bath. And then the third article I found said it was just digging its way to the ritual bath. I don't, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's disgusting. I don't understand.
Eh,
I guess I won't ever understand.
Hold on. And Christy, we talked about this. So, do you think, because Lexit, shout out them losers, they said that this is a nothing burger. Within 24 hours, the story breaking. Christy, do you think, from the research you've done and what you've seen and what I've seen all over Twitter, this, I don't think it is, but do you think this is a nothing burger, or this is something that we need to investigate?
I don't understand why anybody would say it's a nothing burger. It's just like I said, if I was caught building a tunnel under my church, under my public library, under a stadium where there's a sporting event, anything, then everybody's going to question why. Just because it's one sect of people, why is it a nothing burger? That's what irritates the hell out of me. You can't even question anything that's being done by this certain group of people without getting called anti-Semitic
Mm-hmm.
or hateful or racist or all of these different things. And absolutely, it needs to be done. If not, even if this was with the most pure intentions, still it wasn't done the correct way,
Yeah.
because civil and city engineers were worried about if it was done structure, if it was going to affect any of the structures. And if you look at those pictures of the map that you had up, you see that they're old buildings anyway. You can't just go dig tunnels under buildings and hope that it doesn't affect a structure. You have to have people in there that know how to do that. And why would they become so violent if it was so pure and
The intent.
innocent? Yeah, and
Christy,
innocent.
and I said it before, we got some millionaires watching us. Buddy Webb, I kid you not. I don't say I believe him completely with his story about people in the attic, underground tunnels under his house, and oil field parties that had people, selling themselves. I digress. He claims that someone shot him from underneath their house. The interview's on the channel. We want to do a full podcast with them. But sis, it seems like every day that passes, some weird story comes out where I feel like Buddy Webb is becoming vindicated, for lack of better words. Like, I'm starting to tell Christy, like, damn, maybe the guy is telling the truth. Not saying that I doubt him, but it's a crazy story. And I even told him in the video, the interview, I said, this is crazy, buddy. And he even agrees. But it's kind of weird that in 2024, it seems like underground tunnels, facilities, whatever you want to call them, they are more, they're out there more than what someone would imagine. So Buddy Webb, he seems to be hitting pretty good on his info. Go ahead. Or his theories.
And where you were a little bit more skeptical of his story, I really truly was more a believer of his story. I went back and that I call myself the list keeper. I went back and listened to all kinds of podcasts he done, read.
He always keeps the same story.
He's done. Nino, I am telling you, people have called him a psychopath and said he has, borderline personality disorder, that he has schizophrenia, that he has all these things. That might be all well and true, but this man has not veered from his story one time.
Interesting.
And I'm telling you, I don't even know if you know the girl. She was on Facebook and she said she had put a post up that said, name one word that you think of when you think of Midland, Texas. And I guess I met her through the Advocate page or somewhere. I don't know, but we correspond every once in a while. And I put corruption. And I got so many likes on that. There is not a doubt in my mind that there is tunnels under Buddy Webb's house, all through Midland, Odessa.
Wow. And who knows, y'all? There's one apparently here in New York. 432-217-0709. Y'all, the lines are open. Just call in. I think everything's working good. I'm looking on my end. But thanks for everybody watching now. And on the repeat, sis, before we go on to the next subject, go ahead, sis, before we move on. The video we just recorded will drop after this video, 23 minutes, fact filled. Again, not too much conspiratorial, slight on there. We don't want to put a slant on there, should I say, of conspiracy. We just gave the facts, and to be honest, this thing is crazy, weird, kind of cuckoo, bizarre. Steps. Go ahead. What?
There goes those steps I'm talking about. All those steps leading down.
It's weird.
This was not somebody just with an axe and a hammer going in there and chiseling away at this. You had to have equipment to make this kind of underground tunnel. They said this has been going on for a year, and it's pretty daggone big. They got support beams up and everything. I just, why people say this is a nothing burger is beyond me, because I want to know things that are going on around me.
Well, I said if it was a church, if it was a mosque, a stadium, we would want to know what's going on. Just because the synagogue doesn't give them a free pass. I digress, y'all. Let us know what you think in the comments. Again, the lines are open, 432-217-0709. And there we are. Next topic we're going to talk about, we're going to kind of veer off real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to, I would say, if I can get over there, boom. Well, I'm going to my Nino America page. Check me out on Instagram, y'all. And I want to go, well, I guess we'll do the Epstein situation. So they're saying the Epstein list dropped. This is kind of weird, sis. I don't want to talk about this too much because, to be honest, I'm like fed up with this. Who knows what's going to come out of this? I think a lot of this is lies. They're saying that Epstein accuser claims Epstein had tapes of Trump, Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson, new documents. To be honest, y'all, this popped up one day, took the internet by storm, and it disappeared. Where's the proof? Where's the Trump videos? I think this is a lie. I think a lot of this Epstein stuff is kind of, in muddy waters. But if Trump was at the island, if Trump did anything wrong, y'all, whatever, let's
Oh my
deal with it.
gosh.
But I think, like we all know, and I want to say like everybody else does, but it's the truth. If Trump was implicated in any way, it would have been out a long time ago. I don't believe this. I think this is probably fake news. New York Post posted this. I don't know how accurate it is, to be honest, but like I said, after a day or two, it's no longer in the headlines. So, Christy, your thoughts when you saw this? Again, I love Trump. I back Trump. But right now, y'all, we got bigger problems in our own backyard besides worrying about national politics, and especially the Epstein list, y'all. At this point, we kind of already know or knew who was on it. And I digress. Christy, your thoughts on this? What happened to this?
So,
It happened, popped off a couple of days ago. Now it's no longer in the headlines. Go ahead.
just the same thing you said. If Trump had done anything on that crazy island, we would have known about it years ago. He wouldn't have called Bill Clinton out saying, the guy, I like the guy, but I think there's going to be a lot of
Mm.
trouble for him for the things that happened on that island. They can't, there was a whole court docket that state from this girl that said she had never seen him there, never met him in New York, never seen him on the island, never saw him on
Yeah.
a jet. Like, I'm sick of hearing about it. That they just want anything they can to just divert all the stuff that it really is getting ready to be exposed about it. It's the same as always. He wasn't there. They're just trying to cause him problems.
Yeah, totally agree. Let's see here. I'm getting into my stuff here, y'all. This back to the underground tunnels. I don't want to do too much craziness over here. We already did a video on this, y'all, but this is the video of the guy coming out the tunnel, y'all. And like I said in my live, y'all, what kind of grown man with any kind of decency is gonna do this and think this is normal? He runs off into the night. I mean, yeah, that's kind of odd, y'all. We have our video ready to release in a minute with all this footage and more. Something's not right here, y'all. And Twitter's trying to scrub the message, the video, and a lot of us ain't going for it. This is very weird in my opinion. But let's get to what I wanted to talk about, sis. Fool Community. Christy, I told you this. Fool Community got their account taken down. I'm going to look them up right now. Your thoughts on that? What do you think about the Fool Community? Go ahead.
I know that I didn't agree with all of the content they put up.
Christy, hold on. Sorry. Who is the Fool Community?
You probably are better explaining that than me.
I'll explain it. And I was actually going to drop a video, ladies and gentlemen, but I haven't gotten to that. The Fool Community is a Latino Instagram page, very influential in the culture. They're probably second or third in the pages as far as Hispanic pages, culture, news. Sometimes they're trumped out. They'll have Trump posts, but basically they made a post that they got taken out on Instagram. And Christy, I thought that they'd be back online by now, but I got a feeling that their account's down for good. I was gonna make a video about this. I still probably am, separate than this live. But the Fool Community basically influences the Hispanic culture as far as a little bit of politics, more culture, and more just media on Instagram. Very influential page. This one's at 114,000. The backup. The other one was at 300 and something thousand. Interesting fact is this though. Check this out, y'all. Let me get back to where I was at. The day before they got taken out on Instagram, and if you don't know, when you get taken out on Instagram, it's a pretty big deal, especially if you worked hard to get your page going. Let me see if I can find it. I called them out. Where is it at here, y'all? Sorry, my post. My bad. I called them out for this. So this is what I found, y'all. Fool Community did a hit piece on Trump. They did this on their page, and I even have it. It's kind of funny. That's their original page. The day before they got taken out. So check this out, right? They made a post with the video. This is almost 3-week-old video, and they compared Trump to Hitler. I gotta be careful about words. And they showed a video of him at a rally saying that, the people that are bringing in these illegals are poisoning the lifeblood of America, which I don't find nothing wrong with that. It's true. And he even said they're putting them in the hospitals. We're being infiltrated. That little clip, it cut off the first part. Basically, it's a clip out of context, like always, from the lamestream media. Fool Community posted it, and I called them out on it. I said 2-week-old post, hit piece comparing Trump to H. What the hell is really going on with the Fool Community? I shared this a day before they got taken out. Now, here's the next part. I shared this. Don't play full clip, just what the mainstream media posted. And then the third thing I posted was them selling honey packs. This is basically like Viagra. Well, be careful. Basically, I'm just saying that they're just sold out to the almighty dollar. What's going on with the Fool Community? And then, now I'm messing up because it took me off my path I was going. Thing is, I called them out for what they said about Trump the day after their account gets taken down. It's all over the internet. Their page is taken down, and it usually gets taken down for a couple of reasons, y'all. You can get hacked. They can send somebody to harass you and basically hack your account. Bots, if you pay for bots, or if you get too many community violations, too many community standard violations. Maybe it was a mix of all of these with these guys. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be honest. I heard someone say that they have bought fake followers. If you look up there's like a system. They did an actual Christie investigation. A big company did. 1 in 4 big influencer pages on Instagram have bought followers. I'm not saying they did this. I heard that they have. Someone told me, a reliable source. I don't know if that's true, but their page has been taken down, sis. And we know it hurts when they take it down your page. This page was almost 500,000, 300 and something thousand followers. Your thoughts, sis? I said Trump curse. I said the Trump curse, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just, there were times that they supported us and that was great, but they also, I felt like, to appease to their crowd, would also post some pretty nasty content, and that's just the best way that I can put it. I wasn't really a fan of theirs. I didn't dislike them, but I mean, we've all been there. We've all had posts taken down, and they knew whenever they posted, you post anything about that H word, and you're going to be censored, especially with who owns Instagram and Facebook.
So you think that there was a post about H and Trump that got him taken down?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
My cousin said I should interview the homeless guy on Midkiff. I am, cuz don't worry, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I did my first on the street interview with homeless. I got 2 people, and I'm going to tell you right now, I wish I had more time in the day. I don't even know. I got a feeling my phone's not working because I ain't got no call-ins, but somebody, Tito, if you can't give a call, brother, see if my lines are working, or my brother, JP over here, Bonilla. But anyways, I digress. I interviewed 2 people, sis, on the street, homeless people. I paid them, and I told them what I was going to do with the content, got their permission, and they gave me 2, heart-wrenching stories. They both took responsibility for their actions. They're not blaming nobody else for being homeless. And I told them, I said, well, what happened was this, ladies and gentlemen. Tell a little story here. Y'all get nice and cold. So Christy, and I actually have the post here. Check this out. This is the one that I actually did right here, y'all. I did this before I jumped in the shower. I clipped this and I put this on here on the Instagram and TikTok. This is part of my interview. Let me get out of this real quick, y'all. I will show you part of the interview. It's pretty interesting.
While you're doing that,
go ahead.
I agree with everything that Tito, I saw you pinned his comment, but I agree with everything that Tito said.
Okay, check this out. This guy's name's Cowboy.
It's like Odessa. Odessa's got game rooms on every corner.
What's the deal with the game rooms?
Drugs and money. That's where all the dope dealers are. You can buy anything you want in Odessa. Midland's hard because of the way Midland is. The sheriffs here, the cops are a lot stricter than what they are in Odessa.
So you think that Odessa is Midland's more strict than Odessa?
Midland's stricter than Odessa. Odessa, you walk anywhere and find dope. Anywhere in Odessa. Midland.
That was a little clip, y'all, of my interview on the street with a homeless man named Cowboy, and there it is. I do have a phone call, but the problem is it's going to the wrong number. Or to the wrong phone, should I say, y'all. That sucks. I don't know why it's not catching on my other phone. I'll try to fix that. Anyways, I digress, y'all. Thanks for whoever called in to help us out. I guess the lines are open. This guy's name's Cowboy, sis, and I interviewed him. I hope I don't get demonetized for using that audio. This is posted all over my social media, and I interviewed him and a woman named, I think, Candace, I believe. And it's funny because I basically told my wife that, I went to go see a notary of public, right? I had to get something notarized for my trucking company. When I went to walk in, sis, it's kind of interesting. I saw this short midget. Is that the right word they like to use, sis? A midget?
No.
A short person? What is it?
Small. I think small people.
Okay, it's a small person who's walking.
Reason I'm laughing. The reason I'm laughing is because just the reason I'm laughing is because whenever you were getting ready to do this interview and all of that, you and I had gone live for a few minutes, and your wife texted me and going, "Is my husband okay?" She was like, "I saw y'all were live," and then he was just missing. And I don't know, it just cracked me up the way that she said it.
So check it out. So the thing is, I went to get the notary, paperwork notarized, and I've been having my if you see on his chest, he has a white Rode, which I should have got the black one, but the white one was, I just like being different. It's a Rode microphone that, sounds very clear. It's very professional microphone there, wireless. But anyways, I digress. I've been keeping it with me because I told my wife I want to start getting footage of people out in public and just do an interview with them, right? And I had it in my car and I went to the notary. And once I pulled up to the notary, I saw a short person with a little dog walking down the street. And I said, "Hey, man, are you from Midland?" "Yeah." I said, "Are you homeless?" "Yeah." I walked up to him and I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, man, I got a YouTube channel. I'm a YouTuber. I want to interview you. I'll pay you." He said, "All right, cool." He goes, "I'll be back about 20 minutes. I'm going to handle something." I said, "Perfect. I'm going to get this notarized. I'll be out here." I went back and staked the location waiting for him with all my equipment, my tripod and my little microphone. And I told my wife, "I'll be back. I'm going to go interview this guy." And I'm on Florida, South Side, my hood, right? And I told my wife where I was at. She knew I was getting notarized that paper. And he didn't pull up. I went live on Instagram, just chilling. And he never walked back by. So, I left home, but before I went back down the block to check, and I saw two people walking, Cowboy and Candace, and I pulled up next to them, and they're by the Salvation Army right here in the South Side across the tracks. And I said, would they like to do an interview? I was looking for the other guy, and they knew him. His name's Shorty. I'll get a hold of him soon. So they said yes. I pulled up on them, sis, and I did an interview with him and Candace. I think it's going to be some good content. I've seen some of these kind of interviews on the street, and I think we all know I'm a top tier level content creator here, sis, and I got a really good interview with these two homeless people, and I gave them my number, and I said, if you know anybody that wants to do an interview that has a good story, I will pay them. Tell them to get a hold of me, and I'll do the interview. So I got two people, y'all, that I'm going to drop the video, hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, and Candace and Cowboy. And my wife said after she texted you, Christy, she went down there looking for me, and she told me earlier that she passed by and saw me interviewing these two people, and she said, "Okay, good. He's not in jail, and he's not in a wreck because it's dangerous out here." Exactly. But anyways, y'all, there's the video. I'm gonna drop the full video probably tonight. Well, probably tomorrow. We got a lot of videos we're gonna drop tonight, and I don't have much time, so it was a pretty interesting situation speaking to this guy. I think it was a good clip, and we're gonna drop that on the YouTube. Go ahead, sis.
So this can kind of segue into where we were going to talk about Cat Williams a little bit.
Yeah.
During his 2-hour and 46-minute interview with Shannon Sharpe, he was talking about that. He said something like, "Well, if I ever have to get in a fight," he said, I'm going to be able to do is just give you a gut punch," because he was talking about, he said, "I've been 5'5" since I was 10 years old. I've never grown, He said, "Kindergarten is the only time that I was ever taller than my classmates." And but I know that we wanted to talk about him a little bit also.
Real quick, Cat Williams, y'all, he took the internet by storm. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I saw that interview almost 80%. It was like 2 hours plus on the interview, but I listened to all of it.
2 hours and 46 minutes.
I listened to about 80% of it, right? And I was like, man, I need to clip this up and post this. It's gonna go viral. The next day, I didn't do it. Same thing with the Jewish underground tunnels. There's a lot of this stuff, y'all. By the time it breaks on my end, I'm like, damn, I need to post it. But I go to sleep next day and then went viral, right? But anyways, I digress. I saw the interview with Cat Williams. Christy asked me earlier what I thought about it. I think he's on point with a lot of things. Is he under the influence of alcohol? Maybe a little bit. Shannon Sharpe can't stand that man. He kind of said that he was drinking. Who knows? But Cat Williams, to say the least, he ruffles some feathers in Hollywood. It's crazy. But kind of like me, right? They can say what they want about me, but they never say that I'm lying. Cat Williams, the people he talked about, they made videos about him, but they never said that he was lying. Sis, your thoughts on the Cat Williams interview? Chat, let us know what you think. Go ahead, sis.
He was drinking Shannon Sharpe's new product that he made, which is the cognac.
These guys in the comments. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know they're funny. I can't even read some of them sometimes. But, I don't know how much people know about Cat Williams, but he was fluently reading in multiple languages at the age of 3. He was invited to start college at the age of 7. He has an IQ of like 163.
But I didn't believe him though. But he said that he this one thing stuck out, and I'll let you continue. I'm sorry, chat, everybody. He said that he read 3,000 books a year.
Yeah,
okay,
until he was like 10 years old or something like that.
Hold on, chat. Let me know, is that cap or is that legit, y'all? Can somebody really read 3,000 books in a year?
My grandmother did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother,
Okay.
I don't even know if people are
I'm a
going to know
reader too,
she's
sis,
there.
but I ain't got no time. But go ahead. Sorry.
My grandmother was the driver of a bookmobile, and I don't even know if anybody knows what that is anymore. But it was for, I was born and raised in Kentucky, and it was literally like a mobile library on wheels where you would go to different people's homes way out in the country,
And
and they could
what?
check book and they would check out books just like you would from a library. And my grandmother definitely read, I mean, I'm not going to say 3,000, but I guarantee you that she read every bit of 1,000 books, 1,000 books a month easily. And so, yeah, like I was saying, he's a part of Mensa, which is I think they said the top 1% of IQs in the world. I
Wow.
mean, he's a prodigy. He really is. And I listened to him and I watched his mannerisms, and like from my social work stuff, that I just read body language and stuff like that a lot. I felt like that he might have flubbered on a few things,
Yeah.
but for the majority of the things, I felt like that he was being 100% absolutely truthful. And I think he's a lot like you, Nino, in that he's not scared of the truth. Like he's going to speak it whether you like
Yeah.
it or not.
I feel like hold on real quick. I feel for the most part he was truthful. Maybe some things he might have flubbered on or kind of told a tall tale. He kind of did it like anybody that's just talking is not always going to give 100% accuracy story, right? It's always your truth versus the truth or whatever. But I think he did pretty well. One thing that I think that he kind of he even kind of quit talking about it once he said it. But he said that Ice Cube had him writing the next Friday. I think that was kind of not a blatant lie, but I kind of didn't believe him on that one. Since maybe I'm mistaken, but he did say that he was writing the next Friday that Ice Cube asked him to write it.
I thought
I don't know.
I thought about that a little bit, Dino, and part of it might have been true, maybe the comedic parts of it. And I know that the Fridays are mostly all comedic, but this man is brilliant and his jokes hit. I mean, and he was being absolutely truthful whenever he said people stole his jokes and took things from him. And I understand, like, I don't know. And this is going to be so weird to say, but I felt kind of like us through him that we've been saying things for so long that nobody has ever listened to or ever taken heed to.
Wow,
And then 2 or 3 years down the line,
there it is.
here it comes. Here's Kanye. And then Kanye is saying everything that you said 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and everybody's applauding him for it. I think I think he's brilliant. And I think, did Ice Cube maybe ask him to write the whole script? Probably not. Write parts of it? Probably, because he wrote his whole part of the pimp part. What was that?
Money Mike.
Mikey. What was it?
Money
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. Money Mike, yeah. And so who knows?
Yeah, it's very interesting, y'all, to say the least. And I enjoyed the interview. But guys, let's be honest. Here today, gone tomorrow. Like that was like old news now. Like what's the next, internet sensation that's happening? I mean, I said the other day, P Diddy's probably happy that all this stuff is happening because they ain't talking about him no more. So I digress, y'all. There it is. What's happening in social media? We're trying to grow, y'all. To be honest, I've spoken to Wake Up with Linda. This is kind of some back. I guess how do I say this? This is kind of some back end stuff, y'all. But my Instagram, I'm almost hitting. What does it say? I can show y'all right now. I'm almost reached 830,000 accounts. I reached 874,000 accounts in the last 30 days on Instagram. I've only went up maybe 100 followers, y'all. Social media is crazy right now. I got accepted. Yep. I got accepted, sis. I was gonna tell you and everybody else. I got accepted into the TikTok creator program last night, and the shop. I can sell like microphones. They sell different things on TikTok. You can make some pretty good money, and that's what they push on TikTok. I think they kind of tricked everybody on TikTok, sis. They got everybody to go there, and now they want you to push. In order to push you to go viral, it's the videos to sell stuff. It's like they tricked everybody. Right now, everybody's doing TikTok shop, but basically they accepted me as being a creator and someone that can sell on TikTok. I took it. Hey, if I can make some money on my phone, I will. But the point is, y'all, I spoke to Wake Up with Linda, and she said that Instagram is just a dead app at this point.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to grow on Instagram. What kind of made me really realize about Instagram is I was seeing a clip. There was a loop, like 4-second loop, y'all, with wording or whatever. And it basically, a loop is a video that just plays like for 4 seconds and then it repeats, but you don't know that it repeats, and you actually give it the whole view plus more on a reel or a TikTok. It's the way they get you to give them more numbers. I digress. On reels, I saw it. It was a little 3-4 second video, meaningless, stupid, pointless, no information, but had over 1 million plus views. That's what's being pushed. That's what's being pushed, y'all, to the masses. Go ahead.
There was one, it was the same thing, and they said it got over 4 million views of a lady making an iced coffee, and it got over 4 million views of her making this coffee, but it just kept re-looping itself, so people didn't know when to end or begin, because it just kept like showing from the beginning to the end. You'd start over. But I'm telling you, if I can tell you anything about TikTok, take them up on your offer to start pushing whatever you got to push through their TikTok shop. I screwed up whenever I got sick, and the plan that I had, it was a dream that I wanted to do, and it is so oversaturated on TikTok now that I missed my opportunity. Big time. I turn on TikTok now, and 50 people are doing the same thing that I was getting ready to do, and I missed my opportunity. So don't miss your opportunity.
And with that, I want to share real quick the words that Wake Up with Linda gave me. She's a very, she's I respect Wake Up with Linda. She's one of the OG MAGA influencers I've seen on Instagram. Her, King Face, and she's real nice, cordial, respectful. She knows I'm married. She my wife buys products from her her internet store, but I wrote her. I wrote a couple people. I wrote CW Charleston White. He didn't write me back yet, but he sends me posts every now and then. He's just real busy. I wrote Charleston White. I wrote Wake Up with Linda, 44 Vato, and I think someone else. But basically with the same kind of messages, like, how are you doing on your social media? I'm still growing slow, even though I got almost 1 million accounts reached. And Wake Up with Linda sent me like 4 voice messages on Instagram, and it was very I appreciated her advice, because she's a big namer in my opinion. She has over 150,000, I believe, on Instagram. I digress. She said that Instagram is a dead app.
It is.
She said
and I
that
told everybody why.
She said that she don't even really post on there no more. It's more about maintaining your following. I mean, I'm losing people on my main page. I'm shadow banned, restricted. They don't let me grow on my other main page. And she said that basically it's a dead app, and that you just got to maintain your following at this point, and that politics is basically, not where it's at unless you want to be on top of the breaking news info and giving people politic or political news. It's very hard to grow a page on Instagram, especially when you're a political or religious person, right? So she said that she's on TikTok, and she told me, sis, and everybody listening, that she thinks that I should run more into the business side and, the personal side as far as, building my brand, because, she said, think about it. She goes, you're a Mexican-American Trump supporter. She goes, you're really, people can't really relate to you. And my wife kind of agreed, because, in a broad sense, sis, my wife even called me, I'm like an anomaly. You know what I mean, sis? There's not many of me. I know there's a lot that we know are people, MAGA hatters, brown, black skin, whatever you want to say, even white. We don't care. But the point is, can someone really relate to me that's someone like me? Brown skin, MAGA hat, Christian. Yes, there are some, but for the broad sense, blowing up, getting big, no, they're not. That's just the simple matter of fact. And that's what she told me. She said, you should help people with business, my trucking, even content creation, whatever. She said that she just thinks that Instagram's a no-go, and being political is a no-go. And sis, one thing I took from Cat Williams that I will take over here is he talked about gatekeepers. Sis, I think there's gatekeepers in the MAGA movement. I think there's gatekeepers in the conservative movement, and I think they're there for a reason. And
you've been saying that for 2 years.
Tank, America's Misguided Children, I forgot his page. He always talked about it. There was gatekeepers in the MAGA movement, and
I could name some.
Yeah,
I'm not going to, but I could.
So I say that to say this. Cat Williams said there's gatekeepers in the entertainment industry. You would think there's gatekeepers in the MAGA system as well. So I say that to say this, y'all. I really have tried to figure out how to crack the code on social media. I mean, I do my own editing. I got great video, audio. I'm self-made, self-taught, and I still cannot crack that egg. yet I'm still trying. So the point is, y'all, Wake Up with Linda gave me some great info, which I've already known from studying it and learning how it works. Basically, y'all, the way you blow up on social media is you got to be a degenerate. Free thought, free speech, having your own opinion, especially if it's controversial, is going to be very tough for you to, get big on these platforms, because that's not what they want. They want you to do the
Unless you're liberal.
Well, they want you to do the Macarena and sell, a light, on the dang app. So with that, I'm just saying, I think Wake Up with Linda for her information and her good advice. And I'm surprised, I'm not even surprised. We're cordial with each other, and she gave me some good info that, you don't really give people. That's some good tidbits that I appreciated and respected of her. Again, that's just how it is being a content creator, y'all. It's tough. And people don't understand, y'all, to do this kind of stuff, to do research, to make posts, to make thumbnails, it takes time. And the way I see it, y'all, is I'd rather create content than consume it, right? Anybody can just scroll and consume. That's cool. But to create it is a whole nother problem in itself. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of sacrifice from your family. And to be honest, everybody, I'm going to be real candid right here before I pass it back to Christy. I kind of thought about it lately. I said, my focus is my business and my family. And I put some focus or a lot of focus into my content creation, but I'm like starting to think like, man, is it really worth it? Because I'm not making money really. Not about the money, but at a certain point it kind of is. But at a certain point you start thinking, man, the time I'm dedicating to this for no growth, is that worth taking that from my family? So I hope I do continue on here, and I probably will, but it is tough, y'all. Being a Christian MAGA hatter in America in 2024, it's tough. I made it through all the shadow banning restrictions. I'm still here, thank God. Many are not, but again, it is tough. And I thank everybody that watches and supports me in any way. And shout out to people, y'all. This is the worst thing you can tell somebody, but I get it sometimes on Facebook and Instagram. They post, "Who cares?" I make a post and they say, "Who cares?" I'm like, damn, like that's the worst kind of that's a deflating comment to tell somebody that makes content. Who cares? Like, damn, dude, we're trying over here. But again, that's their opinion. But, it's not really helping, but you care enough to comment. But anyways, I'm blabbering at this point. Christy, go ahead before I go to the next subject.
So I'm just going to answer Vanillo's.
Go ahead.
He said divine gatekeeper. I can kind of just give you this as the best example. I don't know if you have seen Taraji P. Henson and Monique and all of them that have really stood strong against Oprah and Tyler Perry and these people that have mega influence and mega power and mega money that literally make you or break you. So I'll give you an example for the new color purple that came out. Taraji Henson, who I like her acting. I was really turned off whenever I was watching Empire and they got into the BLM, big movement and stuff like that. But overall, she's a great Black actress. And so Monique was funny. She was raunchy sometimes and loudmouthed, but they shut them down. So my understanding that Oprah only offered Taraji P. Henson $500,000 for her role in The Color Purple, and Taraji was trying to stand out for more money, and it just turned ugly. So there's been a lot of back and forth between Taraji and Oprah and Tyler Perry and stuff like that. And Cat Williams touched on it. Yep. Tyler Perry, he can't ever act as a man. The only acting you'll ever see him do is a woman. And it's the truth. But those are the gatekeepers. They hold the power, the control, and they decide who gets to do what, who gets to go where, and how it's going to happen.
And I'm going to say this real quick. I feel like I was hindered in my social media career because I forgot her name, Karina. I forgot her name, sis. But when I went against BLM, she supposedly was a Trumper, whatever, big namer in the actual movement. It's kind of like even with Bryson, the LGBT conservatives. I think Trump's Richard Gurnell, he was made aware of Bryson and basically stopped Bryson from attending and performing for Trump at certain events. and Bryson found out about it years, later. But that's like a gatekeeper, y'all. Somebody got to Grinnell, and Grinnell stopped Bryson from performing. So I say that to say this: there was a black conservative woman, I forgot her name, but she did not like me, especially when I went and stood against BLM in my city, and that was at the beginning of my career on being on social media.
I remember that.
And I believe I forgot her name, but I believe that someone like that is a gatekeeper. Basically, if your name gets brought up and you have enough power, you get blackballed. Simple as that. Yep. And not just that, Lexit. Lexit is one of my rivals on the internet, and they're not that they're very powerful, but they're more powerful. I don't want to say they're more powerful than me, but they're somewhat powerful, I would believe. And I'm sure they've had their hand in, popping some of my, balloons of success. I know they did it to Right Wing Angel. Right Wing Angel, before he got real big, he's at 150K on Instagram. He was a part of my group called the Magas. He was like at 10. He was less than me, 10K on Instagram. He made a post that I think DC Drano or somebody, like I believe DC Drano, he's kind of a gatekeeper. I digress. DC Drano or one of them big guys shared that post. And back then, if someone shared your post, a big page, you're going to get 5, 10, maybe 20,000 followers off that post.
Absolutely.
And Right Wing Angel shared a post of all of us wearing Trump gear, and it went viral, y'all. And within a day, not even a day, that post got taken down. And Right Wing Angel, Oliver Mack, y'all feel so bad because he was a part of me and my crew. He was crushed, sis. He was so sad that he made a good post. It got shared by one of the biggest pages at the time. He was getting followers, and then they took the post down, and we blamed Lexit. We said Lexit or somebody had to be involved with them calling somebody and getting the post removed. So that's another instance of being blackballed / someone being a gatekeeper. I mean, it's just simple as that. Someone that's bigger and more powerful or has more, presence can get you taken out, more pull. Yeah. And that happened to Right Wing Angel. We were, and I felt so bad, sis. He's a part of my little group, and he goes viral, and because of me, him being, affiliated with me, they reach that person and tell him to take the post down, and they took his post down, y'all. But, luckily he's not, now at 150,000 followers, but even he said that he's being restricted on his page. Point is, y'all, on social media, people like us are not going to be elevated to the top, only by hard work and maybe even a little bit of luck. Sis, final words, go ahead.
Just exactly what you said. I think that anybody that really wants something, we have to work for it. And I have said since you and we've been doing this for, oh my gosh, it's going on 4 years. And, I thought that the big success would happen for us a little bit faster than what it has. But I mean, things are happening, and I think us taking that swivel from politics and really getting into the things that we enjoy and the things that we like doing is just going to make a huge difference for us. But, Tito just said he thinks he should start a podcast, and I agree. Yep. Tito is amazing, and I think that he would do great, and we'll definitely help any way that we can.
I always encourage my people to do something because you never know. You don't have to be special. You don't have to speak correctly. I mean, you could blow up on these platforms, but I'm going to be really honest, and I'll say this before I end the live, y'all. Let me reset this real quick. I don't know. Now I'm a YouTuber. I really, like that title. I'm growing really good on YouTube, but from what I've researched and realized about people on social media that blow up or they have some kind of following, even YouTubers, y'all, they're like never happy. My kids watch Corey Kenshin. He's a gamer. He was in YouTube for a lot of years. He don't even make videos no more because he talked about being stressed about making content, new ideas. Will people like the video? Will the video flop? Like, guys, there's a lot of, mental anguish and stress that comes with making content for the masses because you might spend all day making a video and not get no views or who knows, right? But I'm just saying that what I've come to realize with content creators is that it's kind of like a lottery winner, You hear more bad stories about lottery winners. You hear more bad stories about YouTubers and people that just go off the deep end because either the money or fame or the pressure of making content. It's crazy, y'all. I understand y'all are just watching me here. Y'all see, my little setup. You don't understand the money, time, and the expertise and knowledge and the time studying it takes to get all this. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little live presentation. Imagine someone that has a full-fledged YouTube channel that does thousands of views a day. I mean, it's a lot of pressure on people. And yes, you can make money. Yes, you can go viral. But it kind of is. It's kind of sad. But real quick. But let me finish this part real quick. It says it's kind of sad because you can't really make the content you want on YouTube, especially because you got to basically be ahead of the curve talking about trending topics. And if you make a video that you like or want to talk about, it's not going to work like that. The way you make content that does good on YouTube, that does numbers, is you got to make content for your crowd. You can't make content for yourself. You got to chase the crowd with your content. So at the end of the day, you really don't get to be as creative as you would like, because you can make a video that means a lot to you, but nobody cares. You have to make content that people care about. And I think that kind of takes away from the creativity, because, I mean, it kind of sucks having to chase the breaking headline news when you want to make a video about something else that means something to you. It's pretty tough, y'all, being a content creator. Go ahead, sis.
But I have to say this. So, you have a full-time job that you drive your truck.
Yes.
I had a full-time job until I got sick, and I'm working on trying to get healthy again and all of that. These big namers, I just don't want it to be forgotten, though. They have a team behind them that stalk the internet 24/7 and a team of writers. So, their success is not necessarily on their shoulders. They've had a team of people that have helped them do that. They have professional writers that write their scripts for them. You and I do the research ourselves and do what we can ourselves. So I don't want you to feel like you need to discredit yourself for anything, because you don't have sound engineers that come in and set up your equipment for you. You don't have people that are writing your scripts for you. You don't have people stalking the internet 24/7 for you to find breaking stories. So I just, I feel like that just needs to be put out there, that some of these big namers are not doing it by themselves. It's kind of exactly, again, like Cat Williams said, most of the comedians have writers.
Yeah.
They just are the ones that stand up on stage and do the act.
Yeah, but I give him props. So, like, if I got big, I would do the same thing too. Hire me a team. It only makes sense. But I'll say this, and I wind it with this, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Is it's tough. We will continue. And that's all there is to it. It's something that we choose to do. We will continue to do. Hopefully we do good. And if not, it is what it is. I'm just grateful to really be honest, completely honest. And I thought about it just the other day. I thank God because, and I wasn't make a post, but of course they think I'm bragging. But I was really just grateful that if I died tomorrow, my family's set up to be taken care of, not for life, but for a while. Insurance policies, retirement, assets, cash on hand, investments, whatever, my portfolio, should I say. I was pretty wise with what I did with what I have. And I'm grateful that my family are not just taken care of today, they will be taken care of even if I were to be, gone one day. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And it made me realize what's important, which I already know, but I'm just glad that my mindset changed, because I used to just be a little dope boy, a little hoodlum in the street. A lot of my friends and family are no longer here due to death, drugs, or prison. And I'm glad that I broke that chain in my life. I'm showing my kids a better way. And I wouldn't be doing none of this content creation if my family wasn't taken care of. They're in the front house with the dogs in a nice, warm, cozy house, stomachs fed, not asking for nothing. So I do this content creation, a part of my family. My family's taking care of it. They weren't taken care of, I wouldn't be here doing these videos. The point is, I'm just grateful to God that I'm even here alive and in the bonus in life. Final words, Christy, go ahead.
Everybody have a great night. That's all. I mean, you said it all.
Amen.
I just, everybody needs to just prepare for the what ifs and the worst. I thought that I had myself completely prepared, but there's so much more that I could have done. And just make sure, I am telling everybody, health insurance, life insurance.
Amen.
It is the most selfless thing you can ever do for your family.
And it's not expensive.
At all. Term life, is if you live to whatever age your term is set at, then your family gets paid this. Whole life brings you in, adds cash value, but it's quite a bit more expensive. My father had me a whole life policy whenever I was a kid. But I'm just telling you, the things you said are important. Family is important, and making
Amen.
sure that everything is set up, because it's not, if we die, it's when we die.
Amen. And real quick, Aurora's in here. God bless you, sis. She's from Midland. I got 2 videos dropping of 2 interviews with 2 homeless people. I'm going to start doing more on the street interviews. Sis, check it out. Everybody watching, please check it out. We got another video. Once this live's over, give me about 15 minutes. We're going to post a video of our full investigation as to the underground tunnels in New York. We gave a better breakdown, more, focused. And thank y'all for joining this live. But again, we got some content dropping on this channel. I'm really on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere, right? But I focus more on my creativity and energy and focus on YouTube. So if you want to get a hold of me, if you want to catch the latest breaking Nino America content, it's going to be on YouTube. We got an awesome video breaking tonight. We might even do a premiere, everybody, but either way, it's going to drop tonight about the underground tunnels in New York, y'all. Crazy situation. Christy, thanks for joining me. Everybody in the chat, man. God bless you. I know the people that stayed this long or even stayed a good part of the way. I appreciate y'all so much. I want to build a community. These are my people. I know we've helped each other even in the back, in the back door back here, Patriots together, banded up, Christians, whatnot. We thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Again, check out the content. We're dropping some videos here in a minute. I got a lot of videos lined up. Y'all just stay with YouTube, with my YouTube, and hopefully you will get to check them out. Again, I'm alone here for the most part, and it takes a little bit of time to get them out there, but I already have them loaded up. I'm fixing to drop them, y'all, and they're grade A content. Christy, thank you. God bless everybody in the chat. You're an American. You're a patriot. You got grit, Christy.
Act like it.
We're out.